Did you know that imagination is a creative superpower that anybody can tap into? It's true. In comic books, only a few people are lucky enough to have superhuman abilities. However, in real life, everyone has at least one. The one we'll discuss in this video is harnessing your imagination to create the life of your dreams. Many people think that using their imagination is a waste of time. After all, daydreaming, as they like to believe, never put food on anyone's table. However, creatively using your mind is much more than that. It's an ability given to us by our Creator. Everything that was ever created, from the internet to 3D printers to the International Space Station, first started out as a hazy idea in someone's mind. From that tiny spark, the idea became gloriously real through the power of thought. Henry David Thoreau said, "The world is but a canvas to the imagination. By using our minds creatively, we become co-creators with God." Universal intelligence loves to bring new forms into being so that it can experience the exquisite joy that comes from the act of creation. And because we're a reflection of the divine, we can, and should, do likewise. You use your imagination every day to manifest the circumstances around you, whether you know it or not. However, it's better to do it consciously. You can use your God-given superpower to create the life of your dreams or to keep yourself in a perpetual state of scarcity and lack. It's up to you. For example, worrying is misusing your imagination because it's like praying for bad things to happen. When you engage in this self-sabotaging mental habit, you picture the most horrible things you can imagine happening to you. If you focus on a mental image enough, you'll eventually see it manifest in physical reality. This is a cosmic law. Try this little experiment. Picture yourself biting into a slice of lemon. Taste the tartness of the citrusy fruit and feel its juices swirl around in your mouth. If you visualize this vividly enough, you'll start to drool. This exercise demonstrates that mental images can trigger physical reactions. In fact, thought contains energies that can even affect the fabric of space-time. Your imagination is more powerful than 1 billion atomic bombs and more far-reaching than the SpaceX Starship, the most technologically sophisticated rocket ever built. Instead of allowing your unconscious brain to have control of this incredible tool, let your conscious mind grab hold of the reins to create the life you've always dreamed of. Here are 10 tips for using your imagination to create the life of your dreams. Tip number 1. Have a specific goal. Knowing what you want helps to ensure that you use your imagination in a focused way. For example, instead of a goal to have more money, which is pretty vague, visualize the exact sum you want, whether that's $500 or $100,000. The more specific you can make it, the more realistic your creative imagination will be. Tip number 2. Create a vivid image. To get really good at manifestation, you've got to make your visualizations so vivid that you trick your mind into thinking they're real. Do this in a relaxed state with your eyes closed. If you don't have a favorite technique for doing this, try counting backwards from 10 to 1. On every descending number, find yourself going deeper and deeper. Once you're relaxed, see yourself in a darkened movie theater. Project what you want to manifest on the screen, preferably as a gloriously immersive 70mm IMAX movie with digital surround sound. Then, jump into the screen. That way, you're not a passive bystander, but a part of the action. Tip number 3. Regularly watch your mental movie. Watch your mental movie regularly. You can even order an imaginary popcorn from the imaginary concession stand if you want. Shoot for 15 minutes 3 times a day. The more you practice creative visualization, the closer you'll be to making your dreams gloriously real. Tip number 4. Exaggerate your visualizations. If you want to make a massive impression on your subconscious mind, exaggerate your visualizations. Make them brighter, bigger, and bolder than they actually are. For example, If you want financial abundance, see $100 bills raining from the sky. If you want a beautiful home, visualize one 10 times better than the one you actually want. If you want to be a good public speaker, watch as you knock the socks off all attendees at your very own TED Talk. Remember, if you want to reach the moon, you've got to shoot for the stars. Tip number 5. Use all your senses. When using creative imagination, use all your senses, not just sight. For example, when visualizing living in a luxurious cabin-style lodge nestled deep within the serene Colorado wilderness, see how inviting your new digs look from the outside? Hear the melodious bird song and the rustling leaves. Feel the refreshing mountain air brushing lightly against your skin. Inhale the aromatic essence of the pine trees. Integrate taste into the experience too. This multisensory approach not only makes your visualizations more vivid, but also connects you more deeply to your desires. Tip number 6. Use emotion. Emotion fuels desire. Without it, your visualizations lack oomph. Experience the same excitement you'd feel if you own that luxury log cabin right now. Feel the exquisite joy of having your own mountain getaway you can use to escape the stresses of civilization whenever you want. The more you can engage your emotions when using your imagination, the more powerful your visualizations become. Tip number 7. Use first person and present tense. Use the first person and present tense when visualizing what you desire. This means seeing it happening to you right now. So, instead of seeing yourself living in your dream cabin 5 years from now, make it feel like it's happening to you at this exact moment. This is yet another way to get your subconscious mind to believe your visualization is an actual experience rather than merely a daydream. This is part of acting as if the life you visualize is already here. In other words, instead of desperately trying to accomplish a dream in the indefinite future, you learn to be the thing that you desire right now. Wayne Dyer said, "The more you see yourself as what you'd like to become and act as if what you want is already there, the more you'll activate those dormant forces that will collaborate to transform your dream into your reality." Tip number 8. Have fun. Using creative visualization shouldn't be a deadly, dull affair. Instead, have lots of fun with it, like a kid dreaming about what they want for their birthday. If visualizing what you want out of life is no longer enjoyable, stop doing it until it's fun again. When you bring a sense of play to your manifestation efforts, you'll be more successful. Tip number 9. Make your images dynamic. Your visualization should have plenty of motion, which makes them more vibrantly realistic. It's the difference between looking at a boring old black and white photo versus watching an exciting action movie. For example, see yourself walking out of the front door of your Colorado hideaway as you walk into your backyard. Picture a river gently cascading over rocks near your house, deer frolicking at its edge, and fish leaping from the water. Ensure that the scene is bursting with energy and activity, which makes it more realistic. Tip number 10. Use visual aids. Jim Carrey credits his incredible success to his ability to envision what he wanted out of life. He first used his imagination to achieve his dreams in the early 90s. While he was starting to experience some success, he knew he had the potential for much more. So, the rubber-faced comedian wrote himself a $10 million check, giving himself 3 years to achieve his lofty goal. He stuck the check in his wallet and looked at it every chance he got. This visual aid helped him to visualize his success more vividly. And guess what? Just before Thanksgiving 1995, he learned he would earn $10 million for a film. Whether you want to manifest $25,000 or $25 million, you can use the same technique. Write yourself a check and post it where you'll see it frequently. Every time you look at it, you'll give your dream a powerful burst of positive energy. Before you know it, That desire that was once a fuzzy, half-formed idea will become a three-dimensional reality. If you want to give other visual aids a whirl, tack positive affirmations to your wall or create a vision board. The more tools and tricks you can use to make your dream real, the closer you'll be to having the object of your desire. Final thoughts. By following the steps in this video, you'll be able to harness your imagination to create what you want in life. But try to use this superpower not only to help yourself, but to help others too. Do this by manifesting peace and love in your life and in the lives of those around you. This helps you embrace unity consciousness, making your visualizations more powerful. Helping others creates good karma, which means all the positive energy that you put into the universe comes back to you 1,000-fold. The more success you have with harnessing your imagination, the more your limitations will fall by the wayside. And before you know it, you'll manifest things that were utterly impossible a few short years ago.